Moral Spirit Empowering University Sports, Sri Lanka University Games 2023. 2 months, 24 games, and here we are in the final week of SLUG this year. And here we are for a small recap as what has happened so far in SLUG-XIV. Here I am with my counterpart Rahul Jayanta to see what's the result and what's to be expected in the last coming week of Sri Lanka University Games 2023. To start off things, let's start with the first sport, Carom. What has happened in Carom Arena?
In the Carom Arena, what we have seen is that the University of Kelaniya has emerged as a dominant force over the past 3 editions of the Sri Lanka University Games as well as the Inter-University Games. They have won all 3 editions consecutively of the Men's Carom Championship. In this year's Men's Carom Championship, it was the University of Sri Jayawardenepura who emerged as the runners-up, the same as they did in the Inter-University Championships last year. In the women's event, it's the University of Peradeniya who have won their 2nd consecutive championship after their victory last year. And it's the University of Jayawardenepura once again who has emerged as the runners-up in the women's event as well. So the University of Jayawardenepura has emerged as the runners-up in both the men's and women's event of the 2023 Sri Lanka University Games. The University of Moratuwa has emerged as the 2nd runners-up of this year's event after their runners-up position last year. So, specialty similar to the University of Kelaniya, the University of Peradeniya has made the finals of all three of the past Inter-University Games and Sri Lanka University Games. However, they have emerged as runners-up in 2019, so they would have been extremely happy to have upgraded their silver medal from 4 years ago to a gold medal this year.
University of Kelaniya dominating the Carom Arena. And let's have a look at baseball. So baseball was happened at University of Moratuwa grounds on August 25th, 26th and 27th, and it was an iconic day for the Moras as they emerged as the champions of baseball arena. What was behind the victory for Mora?
So first of all, in the baseball, it was a clash between the SLUG champions of 2019 and the Inter-University champions of 2022. So it was a clash between the University of Moratuwa and the University of Sri Jayawardenepura. So as you asked me what was the secret behind the success of the University of Moratuwa, I think one of the main things was the strong core of players, including players who have represented Sri Lanka at the international level. So with that strong core of players, the University of Moratuwa was able to regain their crown from last year and win the Sri Lanka University Games Sri Lanka University Games baseball title.
The baseball run-up is like that, and let's have a focus on table tennis. So table tennis was happened at University of Kelaniya on 12th and 13th of August. It's up to you. What happened at TT?
So TT, I think this year was all about the University of Moratuwa. They won both the men's and the women's titles, and they regained the titles that they won back in SLUG 2019 as well. So the men's team has been dominant over the last few editions of the Sri Lanka University Games and Inter-University Games. They won the title back in 2019 and in 2022 as well. In the women's, they would have been unhappy to have lost their title back in 2022, but this year they have regained their crown. They have regained their crown at the Sri Lanka University Games. So I think, as I said before, table tennis has been all about the University of Moratuwa.
I think both table tennis and baseball championships were won on the same day.
Yes, I think they were won within a few hours of each other as the University of Moratuwa gained 3 titles in a span of just a couple of hours.
Alright, so let's have our focus on rugby arena. So one of most enthusiastic games, and it was quite spectacular where Japura was the force of dominance throughout the tournament, and here we are. They captured the title in the finals, and they won it at the racecourse grounds. The final was happened on August 12th, and what a match it was. Rahul.
Speaking about Japura and the dominant run, so Japura also broke the SLUG record for the biggest victory in the Sri Lanka University Games in rugby with the 135-0 victory. So this year the final was a rematch of the 2022 final, just with different winners. So last year the winner was the University of Kelaniya, and this year it was the University of Sri Jayawardenepura. So special credit should also go to the University of Kelaniya for making 3 consecutive finals. They were the runners-up in 2019, then the champions in 2022, and once again the runners-up in 2023.
Like a small question, like what has edged out University of Japura in rugby division when it compared to other teams? What has stand out so far?
I think they have been playing like a very attacking brand of rugby. They have been racking up quite the high scores against all of the teams in the competition, and they kept up that dominant run against the University of Kelaniya, gaining revenge for their defeat last year.
Alright, there's a roundup from rugby, and let's focus on cricket, one of the most loved and enthusiastic sports in Sri Lankan context. So it was another marathon won by Jaipur itself. What a contest it was. They broke the slug record and they came all the way into the finals to capture another clean victory against the dominance of Colombo University. What a game it was, Rahul.
So yeah, once again Japura was at the forefront of the record-breaking feats of Sri Lanka University Games in cricket. They posted the highest score in the history of the tournament, the highest individual score of 244, as I remember, which went to Umesh Lakshan,
Yes, exactly.
as well as the highest partnership. So Umesh Lakshan is a key figure of their triumph this year, as he scored a century in the final as well as they overcame the University of Colombo. So the University of Japura have been the dominant force in cricket over the past 4 years. They won Sri Lanka University Games in 2019 as well. They defeated the University of Moratuwa in the 2022 finals. So this year, the University of Moratuwa, they were the losing finalists last year, and this year as well they lost the semi-finals of Sri Jayanapura University, but they were able to regain the bronze medal. They were able to gain the bronze medal. So the University of Colombo won the silver, the University of Moratuwa went away the bronze, while the University of Japura kept up their dominant run with another title.
Special mention for the cricket finals. It was what a match it was. I was there for that match, Rahul. So it was one-way traffic from the start, as Jaipur was dominating from their bowling ends as they capturing wickets in regular intervals. But there was one significant partnership from Colombo University, that there was some morale and some run came to their end, and there was a much anticipation when it comes to the game where we were expecting Jaipur to be clinical. But I think Colombo fought really hard in that final. But outcome, nevertheless, Jaipur won it, and Umesh Lakshan, again the star for their team, with a magnificent century. What a inning it was. So that's the roundup from Cricket Arena, and let's have our focus for track and field. So track and field happened on August 19th and 20th at our memorable Sukada Stadium. What happened?
So track and field was another historic achievement for the University of Sri Jayanapura once again. So I think after a period of 10 years or a similar amount, they were able to regain the overall title, clinching it back from the Sabaragamu University of Sri Lanka, who have historically been the dominant force in athletics over the past few years. Still, the Sabaragamu University of Sri Lanka were still able to go away with the men's title, while the University of Jayanapura won the women's title. So once again, over the past couple of editions as well, it was the Sabaragamu University of Sri Lanka who dominated the athletics arena. So in a refreshing change, it has been the University of Sri Jayanapura who have regained the title this year.
So who were the superstars that have emerged in track and field this year? Are there any significant talents that we have seen?
I think there was a short put and a discus thrower who broke the Sri Lanka University Games record in the track and field events, as well as Roshan Dhammika, who was the former 110-meter hurdles Sri Lanka record holder, who I think this year broke the 200-meter record for the Sri Lanka University Games.
What achievement it is. So let's have our focus on badminton. So to recap, badminton happened on August 25th, 26th and 27th at the University of Colombo Arena, and this was won by University of Moratuwa, and Japura clinched the women's title.
Yeah. So Moratuwa, after a long time, were able to clinch the men's title, getting it back from the University of Sri Jayanapura, who have won the past two editions. So in the women's, in the men's, I think University of Kelaniya were unfortunate. They were the runners-up in 2022, and they were the runners-up once again in 2023. While the University of Colombo, once again, they were the third place in 2023, and once again they were third place in 2022 as well. The women's event, it's the University of Sri Jayanapura. I think they boast a few national players as well. They have been the dominant force over the last few years. They have won every match. As I remember, they have won by a dominant margin. They won in 2019, they won in 2022, and they got back the title in 2023 as well. So the University of Colombo has been the runners-up in all three editions as well. And this year, as similar to 2022, it was the Sabaragamu University of Sri Lanka who took home the bronze medal.
So we have seen a rapid rise in University of Moratuwa badminton area in the recent years. I think we have came with some quite significant performance to a few tournaments. Any comments on that? What has been this reluctant force that has helped Moratuwa to reach these great heights?
I think we were always at the level just below the dominant forces. I think we came to semi-finals. Sorry, we were the losing finalists in 2019. Then we came to semi-finals in 2022. So this year, I think the team has been able to take that step up and come home as the champions of SLUG 2023.
Right, thank you Rahul for that update, and let's have our focus on hockey. Another game that was filled with spirit, and hockey finals happened on the 28th of August at the University of Peradeniya, and it was the home team who won the tournament and took the gold medal to University of Peradeniya. What happened at hockey arena?
So the University of Peradeniya were able to beat the University of Kelaniya in the finals, and they were able to regain their title. They were able to defend their title from SLUG 2019 with another victory in the men's hockey. So the University of Moratuwa was able to take home the bronze medal in a significant achievement. In the women's event, it was the University of Colombo who took home the gold medal, while the University of Sri Jagannathpura, they were able to replicate their silver from both 2019 and 2022 with another silver this year. While the University of with the Sabaragama University of Sri Lanka, I think would have been most people's favorites coming into the games. They have dominated women's hockey for the past few years, but this year they were only able to go home with the third place medal.
That's the story from hockey arena, and let's have our focus on volleyball, the national sport of Sri Lanka and one of the most enthusiastic sports when it comes to Sri Lankan context. Take us away, Rahul.
Volleyball, I think it's about one team. It's about Sabaragama University of Sri Lanka. They won both titles. They won both titles back in 2019 as well, and the women's title in 2022. So this year as well, they were able to keep up the dominant run with another victory in both the men's and the women's events. In the men's events, it was the University of Ruhuna who took home the silver medal, with the University of Kelaniya taking home the bronze. And in the women's event, it was the University of Sri Jagannathpura who took home silver, with the University of Kelaniya taking home the bronze. In summary, once again, it has been all about the Sabaragama University of Sri Lanka in volleyball.
Alright, and let's have our focus on swimming. And the aquatics happened on August 28th and 29th at University of Japura. So across 2 days, I think some teams made some memorable moments throughout the swimming arena.
I think it's all about two teams this time. So in the men's event, it's the University of Ruhuna. They won their third consecutive title. They won the third consecutive title with victories in both SLUG 2019 and the Inter-University Games in 2022. So the University of Moratuwa took home the silver medal in what was a significant achievement, and the University of Peradeniya took home the bronze medal in the men's events. While in the women's event, it's all about the University of Sri Jagannathpura. They, once again, similar to the University of Ruhuna, they won their third consecutive title, with the University of Peradeniya taking home the silver and the University of Colombo taking home the bronze.
Alright, Rahul, thank you very much. What a tournament it has been so far. SLUG 2023, full of energy, full of passion, full of spirit. We have been experiencing some memorable moments, and memorable moments to cherish. So we are coming to the final week of SLUG 2023. So please stay tuned with Mora Spirit, the main engine behind University Sports Arena in Sri Lanka, as we are about to bring you a roundup in the predictions for SLUG final week 2023. Thank you.